Welcome back to another episode of Late Entry. As always, hosted from the hilltops, Double Dose,
What's happening, y'all?
and his co-host RBF Kyle. How we doing, y'all? Tonight we're gonna hit you guys with Dillon Gabriel's comments. Uh, the Bengals looking for a trade. Ninja is a bitter bitch, and all due disrespect. Followed by potentially, if we have time, who would win in a fight, Harry Potter or Iron Man? If we don't get to that one, we'll hit you with that on Wednesday, you guys, on the live show. But getting right into it, we got Dillon Gabriel's comments after his preseason game. He came out after throwing for not that many yards and 2 turnovers. He said, "There's a difference between entertainers and competitors." And then he backtracked that thought by calling the entertainers the reporters. Does that mean he was calling out Shador Sanders, or does that mean he was actually just calling out the media the whole time in those comments? What do you think, Double Dose?
Um, I don't know. I just got some questions about the whole situation in general. So the reporter was basically asking him about how does he block out all the noise and not let any of that affect him from the outside. I y- I don't know. It's tough because I can see this in a few different angles. On one hand, maybe he's saying if he was talking about the media, and I've seen some people talking about the fact that he's maybe said this before or things like this before. He's talking about the media. Maybe he's saying not letting the entertainers impact what the competitors do. I want to be fair to think that that's a possibility. And I had to think about it for a while to even get there because my brain wasn't jumping to that. I feel like maybe he should have specified that. You guys are here all to entertain, and so you're talking about stuff, asking questions. You've got your takes and things like that, and so you guys do that. But here on the competitive side, I can't focus on what is happening over here. That's one possible outlet. The other thing that I think is interesting is that, and it took me, like I said, a while to get to that spot. Because my initial reaction was, okay, if you're comparing yourself to entertainers and competitors, like what, like musicians, like performers, like you would think that they don't hear noise. You don't think people like Katy Perry hears people saying that 2025 she's watched. You don't think that Chance the Rapper heard people saying that he was watched before he dropped his new album a few nights ago? Like, everyone hears that noise and everything. Even you and I go to jobs, and I'm sure people who like you know what I mean. Oh, I'm in sales, so it's oh, you know, sold enough this month. I gotta black out the noise and focus on selling more shit. You know what I mean? Everyone I feel like hears that noise. You would think that I guess he is a rookie, but he's was a college quarterback. It's not like he's a college quarterback straight out of high school. You would think that maybe by this point, you would, especially everything going on with the Browns quarterback situation, even the Browns are doing a limited series on their quarterback situation, as a limited TV show. I would think that you would know maybe to be media trained enough at this point that people are going to take these comments about the quarterback on your team you're competing with a job for that people think is an entertainer, makes music, flashy, showing off to watch, all of that. It seems I don't want to say I don't know much about Dylan Gabriel as a person. Obviously I know quarterback, college, stuff like that, but I don't know enough about him to know what I think that he meant by this. It's not a great look, but it does seem like it's potentially easily explained if he had explained it more. Because in the mid-game conference or interview and the post-game, I feel like he didn't walk you through the steps that I was just saying of what you guys have over here is the entertainment and not letting that affect me over here. He was just like, yeah, y'all are the entertainers. So what is the correlation? You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it tied in that well at first. What do you think?
100%. 100%. Yeah, I mean, nothing against the kid. He's trying to make a roster spot. He's trying to be QB2 behind Joe Flacco. Um, but you're totally on point. Why aren't you clarifying that immediately? And then he even kind of said oh, I'll get better at this mid-game stuff, and then completely walked what he said back by saying, well, it's all the media that I was talking about. I wasn't talking about the QB.
I don't necessarily know if that's walking it back, would you say? Is it walking it back, or is it just trying to clarify.
Yeah, I guess that's the key is like I guess that's the ticket to all of this is was he walking it back or was he just clarifying, hey, um, I was talking about you guys, but as far as I'm concerned, reporters, journalists, guys like us, like yeah, we look to entertain, but we're not entertainers, you know. The entertainers are the guys on the field, right? So, um, and so I don't know. It's a very weird comment, very daunting statement for him to throw that out there, especially with what's
Hey,
going on. If he
hey,
was
you
the
know who
only
the
rookie quarterback on that team, we wouldn't even be batting an eye at it, you know?
you
But
know who the real entertainers are that aren't the competitors?
who's that? Late entry?
WWE athletes.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
Entertainers, not competitors, not athletes.
We're going to jump right back into this. All right. John Cena is the greatest athlete. No, I'm kidding.
um, so moving aside from the from his comments for that, I did not watch the preseason game. I saw some clips of it. Saw some like the stats. I don't want to talk like I know everything, but I had people pointing out like he didn't look great. He had was it two picks and a fumble, or was it just two turnovers?
A
Period.
pick and a fumble. Yeah.
A pick and a fumble, and they were just saying that he didn't look great. They were like, and to contrast Shador, Shador was playing with all backups, has been getting reps with the fours and the fives. Dillon Gabriel's been getting reps with the ones and the twos, and he looked this bad in his first preseason game. So I don't know, man. We're gonna see. I think that, and now Shador's hurt, so it's like, all right, we'll have to find out how things happen. But we got a little spicy situation happening here. I think that there's definitely a possibility that Shador could be him out for this spot, especially if he keeps looking like this. But at the same time, he was picked higher. Organizations hate being made to look wrong, so I'm not sure. They're gonna give him a lot of run before they wind up making that switch, if they wind up making that switch.
It almost feels like a Stefanski aided event that we got Shador one week and then Shador is hurt and now we get Dylan this week. It's like it does feel like this very weird thing that the front office is doing. And all due disrespect to the Browns front office, that's not going to be my. I'm not going to ride on that forever. But man, you guys doing this to two talented athletes, that's hurtful.
I mean, if it they I think they are probably injured. I think that they would I think that they would probably want to put Shador out there more or put Gillum Gabriel out there more. Like I don't think that they would like fake injuries to give them each a start. I think that they would probably have liked to see if the organization was really with Dillon Gabriel, just wanted to run him entirely and not ever let
True.
Shador see the field so that they wouldn't have this controversy. But then if Shador was out there, like I don't think that they would fake an injury for him. I don't think Shador's faking an injury either. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think he would let that happen necessarily. I just think it's weird timing that you got your one rookie healthy one week and then you got your other rookie healthy the next week. It's like, what are we doing? Bring Kenny
Well, I
Pickett
mean,
in next week. Why not?
it's preseason, so it's not like they're gonna. If they were real games, they'd probably one or both of them would have probably played through those injuries. But it's preseason. We're not trying to, get anybody hurt for real before the season even starts.
That's true. That's true. And Joe Flacco is probably QB1 regardless for the first
Yeah.
few weeks, you know. So I get where you're coming from. The Bengals are looking for a trade for the sack leader of last season, Trey Hendrickson. Personally, I feel like they should just sign this man, put him across Shamar, and let them cook because you don't have a whole lot going for you on the defensive side when it comes to the Bengals. Um, why would you not hire or rehire the guy that has brought you so much success for 5+ seasons? I know that the Bengals have been a team that is a fill in place and like make it happen and get there, but at the same time, you guys got to the Super Bowl 4 years ago and haven't even sniffed it since. So why don't you guys bolster that defense and lock in this guy that's put in this much time with you What are your thoughts there, Double Dose?
I think it's I think it's very interesting to see how their front office is trying to construct this team. You had a lot of guys that need to get paid. You had Chase, you had Higgins, you had Hendrickson. Like you mentioned, he's the sack leader, and they're the sack leader of the NFL last season. Their defense is putrid. It's terrible. So I guess there's like two ways to think about it. They always say defense wins championships. So it's like on one hand, we could just sign Jamar Chase, we can sign Higgins, we can say fuck the defense and just try to go out there and score a million points every day. And look, you got one of the best quarterbacks. You got two wide receiver ones. Fuck it. The defense is gonna suck,
They'll
and there's
find him
nothing we can do
somewhere.
about
Yeah.
it. We're just gonna score 50 points every game, and hey, Joe, just go out there and just throw that boy up there. Somebody's open. I guess that's one way of looking at it. The other one would be thinking like maybe we try to put a lot of effort into the defense. Like I mean, one option they would have had would be let Higgins go, let Yoshi Bosch take over as the number two receiver. You got Chase, Yoshi Bosch, and you got Joe Burrow making magic happen. Let's put that money into the defense. Let's re-sign Hendrickson. Let's try to get some free agents or something. Let's make this defense better. Or you could kind of go like middle of the route, try to make it work with all three of them. Like, all right, you've got this amount. Let's try to make this happen. And then, maybe other spots are a little bit lacking, but I could just, it's doesn't make sense to me to let the best player on your defense leave. Like that is, I guess, where I'm at, especially when your defense is a problem. So the only thing that I can think of why they're trying to do this is just the fact of they're just giving up on the defense. And but they brought a new defensive coordinator in too. So it's like I don't know. It's it's puzzling to me, but my
The
only thought, I
Bengals are
guess,
so weird.
to explain it is just the fact that they're just like, all right, the defense is the loss this season. Let's just let him leave, for some cap space, and then yeah, offense score a million points for us, please.
But the
Joe
defense
Burrow
was
save
the
us.
defense was a wash last season, and the offense scored their asses off, and they went 9-8 and didn't make the playoffs.
Didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, they are playing the starters a little bit more in the preseason. Jamar Chase had said something about that too, because everyone's like, why do they start so slow? And he was saying that maybe it was because they didn't get any reps before, and like week one was their first real week. So I know that they did get some action in the first preseason game. I'm not sure about the second one, but maybe that's the plan is just let's get this offense popping right away. And hey, Joe, put your cape on, save us. What about you? What do
That
you think?
that I honestly I hope for that because I love this Bengals team. I love these players. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really I could see them just pulling another 9-8 season now if they don't sign Trey. If you sign Trey, you're fighting for the division. If you don't sign Trey and you're just rocking Shamar on one side, it's going to be hard to get to the passer, and so it's going to be hard on your secondary. So I don't know. It's such a very tough position because it's hard to bet against the Bengals too. Like Joe Burrow finds a way, as you kind of just alluded to. Like it doesn't really matter what's going on defense; he's going to find a way to win that game. Um,
But I
but
guess
if you got
what
those
happened
two
sorry.
edges, come on, bro. If you got Trey and Shamar on each side, one of them's getting home. I
I just
mean,
want to know what happens. Well, yeah, and to your point too, if you have a bad secondary, you know what helps speeding the quarterback up?
two good edges.
Yep, it's getting somebody in there, and then you speed them up. You're not getting that. It's just step in the bag, just looking around to carve up a bad defense, a bad secondary. I guess what I'm thinking about too is like that just score 50 points thing. It only goes so far. Their division is crazy. Like if you're just inside their division, they've got the Bengals. I'm sorry, the Bengals are who we're talking about. They've got the Ravens. The Ravens have a very good offense, a very good defense. So you've got them. You've got the Browns. Browns have a good defense. Um, and then you've got what is it, the Steelers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what they are. But historically, pretty decent defenses. The offense has kind of struggled a little bit. But for them, it's like, so what happens when you run into a team that you can't put up a million points against? And then you need to stop from your defense, and it's just going to be terrible.
You're gonna
And
need Trey. You're gonna need
and
him. at that
That's
point.
just in the division. That's not even the conference. It's not the
Right.
Bills. That's not the Chiefs. Like at some point, you need to get a stop. And I
No, I
mean,
mean
you've
Shamar is
seen,
as promising as it gets, but he also almost went back home to college like 2 weeks ago. So I
and
mean,
we've seen like I mean, throw back to Josh Allen in that AFC Championship game. Like
hmm
sometimes you can do everything you can do possible on the offensive side, and it's not going to matter if your defense can't get that one stop that you need. So I don't think that you are winning a championship without at least a competent defense.
agreed, agreed. Yeah, they if they don't sign Trey, in my opinion, they're out for the championship run.
Might be out with him
Um,
anyways. Maybe that's what they're
yeah.
thinking about.
Moving on to some video game BS. We got Ninja being a bitter bitch because he's mad his era is over. Ninja, the video gamer, just went live on his stream the other day talking about how Fortnite should have stopped catering to kids and it would have made the game and gamers more successful. Um, I don't think Fortnite's crying over Ninja and the crap that he has to say. I think they're happy that they catered to kids and it's paying off for them for whatever detriment it did to us boomers here. I think Ninja's just crying over trying to get his spot back in the spotlight and he's doing whatever he can to make himself relevant again. He's talking about, how if they would have made it more equipped for the streamers that Fortnite would have lived longer. In my opinion, Fortnite is unfortunately living strong, and Ninja and Tifu and Doctor Disrespect can't do nothing about it. It is an ongoing machine, and I do feel like it comes from a place from Ninja specifically. I think it comes from a place of um, it comes from him being very bitter with new creators like Speed and Kai, who are doing things on the like at the beat of their own compass. And then there's Ninja, who's just like kind of sitting
Isn't
here
that?
with his Red Bull sponsorship, just
Did you hold on? Did you say beat of your own compass?
at the beat of their own compass.
Beat of your own.
Whatever, bro. Man, you gonna call me on that? You gonna cut me off on that when I was on a rant?
Well,
You
how does
gonna
it
call
come?
me on that when I was on a rant
I'm just
over
trying to figure
some
out
BS?
how does a compass beat?
Boom, 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 boom. Tell me where to go. All right,
Sorry,
you're right. Shut up.
I couldn't let it go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ninja's going by the beat of his own drum. There we go. And he thinks he's going by the beat of his own drum, and he's gonna, recruit all these followers. Like, yeah, f them. I thought you were gonna say it.
Oh,
Uh,
bro.
I'm sorry. That was too much.
Oh my God. Sorry. I didn't see the alley oop. My bad. Bad court vision. Bad court vision.
No, but yeah, I think Ninja's just pissed that like people are getting that bread while he's sitting there still playing Fortnite and he's getting his residuals. Um, what do you think, Double Dose?
So I don't know a few things. First of all, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, fuck Epic Games. Fuck them entirely, bro.
Whoa! I
That
just
hurt
wanted
my
to.
ears so badly. I got these AirPods in, bro. That was unbearable. I'm so sorry for all of our listeners.
I was just gonna
It's
say,
gonna be
shout out our listeners for staying on after that.
it's gonna be people in their car listening to us, and then this car is gonna shake with your high pitched screw. Shrill.
Better
I
than
can't
hey,
talk
it's better
tonight.
than your high pitched laugh.
All right, look, I laugh to the beat of my own compass. All right, now listen. So the reason I have beef with Epic Games is because I look, when Fortnite came out, I was in college. That was the first video game I ever spent money on for real, like getting different skins and stuff. Had a nice. I was there from the beginning. I had some nice skins on there, and these fuckers, bro, my account got hacked. It's been hacked before too. I came back in, all my username or like all my like contact email and phone number was all like Russian. And so I got my account back, and I didn't play for Fortnite for some years. And I tried to log back in, bro. My account it still exists, but I can't access it. I have emailed you can't. There's no live chat with them unless you are messaging them from your account. I don't have an account, so I've been emailing them, and literally they're like, "Yeah, there's not enough information." I've found screenshots with my email, the username, and purchases that I've made from them before, and emailed them pictures of those. They will not give me my shit back. They just keep saying, "Sorry, not enough information. You're fucked." I'm like, bruh, I tried to get my account back from them for like 2 years. I will
That's
never
insane.
I will never play another Epic game. No Rocket League, no Fortnite, nothing, unless it's from my original account. So if anyone knows someone at Epic, send this to them. Fuck you, Epic. Give me my shit back. I will continue to
Give Double
talk shit
Dose
for
his
the
shit back. St. Pablo
hash,
22. Come on.
hashtag give me my shit back. Hashtag fuck Epic. But yeah, I'm sick over that. So anyways, I wouldn't know what's going on with Fortnite in nowadays age. I guess my question is, I want to get into the ninja stuff in a second with you, but the first part is, I've never thought that it always felt like Fortnite was kind of like more on the kid side. Like there's no blood. Like it's like when you shoot somebody like in COD, like you see like blood and stuff like that. Like this is no blood. You just like die or like you down, I guess. Like there's I don't understand how it's not kiddish. Like what did they do after to make it more kiddish than what they did before? Did Ninja want to see them add blood to it, or what did he? What makes it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, they couldn't have made this game more kid friendly. And I think I don't know. I almost feel like he's talking about like item shop crap, like the microtransactions that took place, kids stealing their mom's credit cards and things like that kind of helped this game blow up a lot. Because if you didn't have X skin or X whatever weapon wrap, like you weren't cool to these kids out there. But I mean,
But
at the same
that's another
time,
thing. That's another thing, bro. Fuck Epic and Fortnite for being the creators of the Battle Pass, bro. You used to be
I
able to buy a
know
game and play it, and if you wanted to add some other shit, you could to it. Like now, every game has a fucking Battle Pass you gotta buy,
every game is
and it makes
ten
me
to twenty
sick.
dollars just to enjoy yourself. Yeah, on top
Makes me
of paying for
sick.
the game.
Um, yeah, but as to the ninja part of it, I don't understand why you think that that's him being bitter though about like his career. Like, what's the correlation there?
So this is a long time. I mean, he has called out a bunch of the new creators like Kai and XQC and things like that. He's just like he's called them out at whatever opportune time he finds good and like beneficial to himself, um, and then make clips about those interactions. And none of those guys are interacting with him anymore. So this almost felt like this, like, you know, this is where I feel like Fortnite messed up. If they would have just played to us actual gamers, and it's like, bro, they were playing to you. Like you had a moment. Like get over it. Like your moment is done, and it's IRL streaming now. Like for like yeah, there's certain kids that care about Fortnite, but as a whole, bro, no one gives an f about Ninja at this point. You know, like
Well, do you think
no
that that's like,
disrespect to him, but he has run his road, and there are new people coming on, and I do feel like this was a Ninja being bitter moment.
well, do you think that if we're talking about like people making business decisions, and I'm not huge in like the gaming and like streaming community, but do you think that that is more about like, well, what if Ninja hadn't left Twitch and went to Mixer? Like that,
Yeah,
I feel like is where I never heard from him again. Like
yeah,
I remember he was at the peak. He had like Drake and uh what's his name? Cactus Jack. What's Travis Scott? And I forgot who else it was. Like on a stream, like they were all playing together. And that was like the height of Ninja. And that was like the first stream I ever watched. And
hmm
then I feel like he went to Mixer, and I never heard the name Ninja again until he was making videos about like Marvel Rivals and like he was Rocket Raccoon and stuff. But yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not super hip to that. But I'm wondering if you left the biggest streaming platform and went to try to do your own thing, which I thought failed, didn't it? Didn't Mixer fail?
yeah. Mixer. Yep, that's why he's back on Twitch. Yeah,
So I would say that's probably if you're saying that you think that his career is dead, that's probably a big part of where that happened at.
I agree. I agree. That was a big part in where it all happened. I also think it was a shift in like stream consumerism culture. Like, what the hell is that word? Stream consumerism culture. But I really do think it was a shift in that when he went to Mixer, people weren't like, well, I'm going to just pay $10 a month to go to Mixer. They were like, I'm going to find another creator on Twitch that I like that's like Ninja. And ever
Right.
since that moment, Ninja has been on this freaking like trying to pull the rope back in and trying to make himself relevant again, which is why he's making BS comments like this and BS comments like Kai Cenat isn't that great of a streamer or whatever the hell he used to say. Like, he's just like grasping onto straws, trying to be Ninja again. But we all know he's Tyler Blevins.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Blevins?
Yeah. Tyler Blevins.
What a name.
Go and shout him out. Tell him to come on late entry. We'll give him a fair interview.
After you just called him a whiny bitch, I'm sure that's gonna go over great. Oh my gosh.
Bro, everybody wants clicks, especially Ninja. We'll get him on here. Don't worry. You heard it here first. That being said, we are on to our all due disrespect of the episode. Bow, bow, bow. Did you did you insert that sound, or was that just natural?
Oh my god.
um, I'll go first. My all due disrespect goes out to all of the Lions fans out here that were calling for Jared Goff's job when he threw a couple of picks last season against Houston.
Who was calling for his
Um,
job? Against Houston?
yeah, he threw 5 picks last year against Houston,
Right, no, I
and
remember the game. You're trying to convince me, a Lions fan, that during that game where he threw 5 picks, they came back and won the game, and they got the number one seed in the NFC. People were calling for his job?
yeah, yeah, look out for freaking. We're about as bad as the Eagles fans, dude. Like, our Lions fans out here are freaking ruthless. Um,
They weren't calling for his job after the playoff game,
they
after the
were
Houston
they
game?
were they were calling for his job after plenty of games. There's that game, but that was the start for me where I
Okay.
was like, there were moments where I was like, all right, it's cool if you're calling for Jared Goff's job, but that
The
was the
quarterback,
moment where he was running an MVP season. He
yeah.
threw 5 interceptions and then immediately, and granted, it was five, but the team, like you said, they won the game, and the people outside the team were still like, I want to see Hendon Hooker.
Was that
And we've
before or after he
seen
had that stretch? Was that before or after he had that stretch where he did not throw an incomplete?
that was right after. So
Ah,
he had been going on this insane tear, and then he had one bad game, and all Lions fans out here in the Detroit media were like, bring me Hendon Hooker after that game, even after a win. And we were like 6-1. So My all due disrespect goes out to all those BS fans, and I know there's plenty of you guys out there. Maybe you don't watch this show. Maybe you're tuning into this show for the first time, you son of a bitch. I love you. Please tune back in, like and subscribe. But um, I I I have noticed this very weird trend ever since he started to get a little wishy washy last year that people immediately called for his job again. And I want to tell y'all, we just saw two full halves of Hendon Hooker trying to run the Lions offense. And he was doing it against practice squad folks. And he still couldn't get it done. He's still throwing for 3, 4 turnovers and 0 touchdowns, maybe 1. I don't know. I can't even remember because I'm so mad at all the bullshit this guy has pulled. I have never felt more ashamed to be wrong when saying that Kyle Allen will be our QB2 this uh, Kyle Allen will be our QB2 this season. I'm sorry, that took a lot to get out. All due disrespect, Hendon Hooker lovers.
That's crazy. Like I said, I had not heard that hate, but that's insane. I mean, we had that conversation about the quarterbacks, and I was saying that I didn't think Jared Goff was a force multiplier. He's absolutely a great quarterback. I have him like at like 11, like top quarterbacks in the league. There's no one else I would rather have being our quarterback. That's insanity to think that after the last 2 seasons that he's had, that anyone else should be leading that. He didn't play bad at all in the game that we lost to the 49ers. That loss is on Josh Reynolds and Dan Campbell and our defense. And then the Washington game last season, that was a complete collapse by just about everybody other than St. Brown and Gibbs. But
Agreed.
I mean, that's on Ben Johnson, that's on Jared Goff, it's a few others. Our old defense was destroyed too. That was another thing. Bunch of injuries, but Jared Goff, I feel like is not our problem at all. And like you said, even the game that he had the 5 picks. That was a crazy game to watch. They still came back and won that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, there's no one else I'd rather want. I wouldn't trade him for the majority of the quarterbacks in the league right now, or anyone that's coming up. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want Dillon Gabriel or Shador or somebody as our quarterback. That's nuts. So yeah, I understand all the disrespect on that. Uh, my
Finally. Finally.
I'm not hating on your pick. Um, Mine is gonna be Monica McNutt for the ESPN. They had First Take. I haven't been tuned in the last few weeks, but they had Monica hosting the show in for Molly. They had Drewski as a guest on, sitting there next to Stephen A. And Monica opened up by talking about how the jersey that Drewski was wearing is a Shador Sanders jersey. It is a blue Sanders 20 jersey. That is Barry Sanders. And I was like, dog, like Shador, I think is what, two?
He's 12.
He's 12. Is he 12? Was he two in
Yeah.
college?
He was 2 in
Okay.
college, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's 12 now. So uh, it's just nuts to me. I mean, I don't want to like kill her for this. Like it's the worst thing in the world. Everyone makes mistakes. Stephen A has made some mistakes. Shaq thought that who did he think was the coach of the Pistons?
He thought Chauncey Billups was the coach.
Yes, yeah, and he was the Trailblazers coach, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So everyone makes mistakes on the thing, but still, you're on the worldwide leader on their flagship show, arguably against. I mean, it is them. It's not Pat. Pat's close, but you're on the flagship show, worldwide leader, and you're saying stuff like that. It's just not a good look. It's not like it's the end of the world, but it definitely does not look good.
No, and she
And
tried to walk it back. Like she was like, "Oh no, I know who Barry is. I meant like, how do you feel about Shador's season so far?" Like
it's
she
like
tried
it's
to
over,
link it
dog.
in, and it was just like both Stephen A. and Drewski were like, "Are you running a sports show?" Like,
Yeah, that's an L for sure. And it's tough. It's tough too because, like, joking aside, what sucks is the fact that mm, being a woman in a sports industry, I feel like people are already like have the idea that you don't know what you're talking about, and so it's like the idea that And she's both woman and black. Black people always get told, like, you got to be twice as good to get half as much as what everyone else gets. And it's an unfair standard that you have to where, like, you got to be perfect. You got to be perfect. But it is unfortunate that people are going to take this and then use this as reason to run with, um, like, women don't know about sports. I mean, even Cam Newton had said some dumb shit about that. Like, if when he was playing, like, so I guess all due disrespect, all due disrespect to her for fucking it up. All due disrespect to everyone who's going to take that and run with it to make it seem like women shouldn't be allowed in sports shows. Because I know that incel bullshit is coming. I mean,
That's so true.
there's plenty of people that are very qualified. Monica has had good takes before too. I've heard her on stuff before. Uh, I mean, if we're just talking about like intelligent like women in sports too, Mina Kimes, absolutely great. But I know that people are going to take this and run with it the wrong way, and I think that that's going to be disgusting. But it is also a funny, dumb thing that we can all laugh at that Monica said that was Shadura jersey.
I know. While he's wearing it backwards, the Kyle way.
That's
He was rocking the
nasty.
Sanders in the front.
That's nasty. That's a nasty look.
Yeah, that was a tough look. I all due disrespect, but
No,
also
I'm saying it's a
we're here
nasty
for you,
look.
sister.
I'm saying it's a what? Oh God, I'm saying it's a nasty look of wearing the jersey the other way.
Oh, that's a nasty look.
Disgusting. Stop this. Stop.
Anzo, baby.
It's disgusting.
Sign him. Re-sign him.
All right. Aside from Mr. Baloney, what's that?
Who would win in a fight between Harry
Wait, you
Potter?
gotta tell us why we're talking about this. This is gonna
All
seem
right.
so
I
random.
will. I will. I will. Who would win in a fight between Harry Potter and Iron Man? This was presented by long snapper from the Lions, Hogan Hatton. He said, Iron Man, no doubt, no question. Test me on it. That there were the Lions were asking their players for potential questions to ask them later down the road, and this one stuck out to me as something I needed to ask Double Dose about. So, Double Dose, who's gonna win in a fight, Harry Potter or Iron Man?
Yeah, bro. Iron Man is destroying Harry Potter. Let me tell you
Okay.
this.
Seventh
Harry
year,
Potter,
Harry Potter.
bro, look. Harry Potter, there's levels to greatness, right? So like Frodo is the biggest pussy in all of like protagonist history ever. Like that man did get the job done, but he got the job done because of Sam. Harry is like a significant step above that, but he's still a ginormous pussy to an extent. Like Harry, hey, he put himself out there. That man constantly was out here fighting and scrapping, and he didn't run from his problems. He wouldn't address those because he could have fucked off and hid, but he did. That man was out here brave, bold, fearless. Fuck with Harry Potter. But in the grand scheme of things, my man was also kind of a pussy, bro. He learned the disarming spell, and just that was all he needed. He was like, "Oh, I know how to take people's guns from them. Let me get that strap real quick. Take your shit. Now you can't do anything to me." And that was all he needed, bro. He rocked out the entire fucking series with a Patronus and with the disarming spell. And
The
that was it, bro.
Expelliarmus, yeah.
Yes, the spell was just it, bro. That's all he had. It was all he needed. He was fighting people trying to kill him, like, hey, give me your shit real quick. Bye. He learned some fucking cool shit in Half Blood Prince that wound up being from Snape. Remember he put that fucking hole in Malfoy and was like, "Oh shit, that's a little too much power. Let me stop that." And never went back to it, bro. In number 7 in Deathly Hollows, he is fighting for his life and the life of all of his friends. Never once used any of the forbidden curses, never tried to kill nobody, never hit him with the Crucio to put these niggas in pain, nothing. Harry was on bullshit, bro. He was like, if I believe hard enough in the power of friendship, things are gonna work out. And you know what's crazy? He was right. That shit did work out, bro. Fucking Voldemort got grease from the disarming spell. Voldemort in the final fight hits that nigga with the killing curse, and Harry hits him with the fucking "Give me your wand, bitch," and that killed, fucking Voldemort, bruh. Absolutely not. Now, Iron Man is a real nigga, bro. He don't give a fuck about none of that. He's rich, he's smart, he got fucking hand cannons, nigga. He is going to fucking take Harry off the fucking map. Harry's gonna be like, all right, Expelliarmus. Iron Man's gonna be like, I don't have a wand, bitch. He's just gonna fucking shoot him with a fucking hell bomb. He's gonna
He's like,
hit
I don't
the
have a
nigga with a
wand.
stun missile.
Unibeam.
Yeah, literally, like, bro. Iron Man doesn't even need the full fucking suit, bro. That nigga needs one fucking look. You remember Winter Soldier, bro, when they had captured Bucky and he fucking the Bucky escaped and he fought him with that little hand cannon. He fucking pulled that shit over his hand and was getting to work with that. That's all he needs. That's all he needs. He gonna shoot that nigga, bro. Iron Man doesn't even need one of his blasters. He needs one fucking bullet. What the fuck is
Yeah,
Harry
you're
gonna
kind
do
of
against
onto
that?
something.
I mean, now you put him up against somebody else in the motherfucking Harry Potter universe, Iron Man might be in fucking trouble. But less in the MCU and more in like the comics, from what I'm aware of. There's a lot more like magic people involved in there. Now, Iron Man can hold weight, bro, and he's not afraid to
Nah,
kill. He's going
nah,
to
I
just
agree.
he's gonna put Harry in the dirt along with everyone else who wants to stand aside him. That's
I
gonna be
think,
bad.
I think it'd be. I think it. I agree with you. I think it'd be a battle, but like you just kind of said, like it comes down to their
What's the battle?
morals.
What's the
It like
battle?
yeah, and it's a battle, and Iron
No, what's the
Man,
battle? What's
RDJ
Harry?
don't give. What do you say?
What's the battle? What's Harry gonna do to him?
I mean, he might have a chance for a little bit with the Expelliarmuses, but
What's it gonna take
it
from
won't
him?
carry him long enough. I agree. I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you, you're right. That Iron Man, there's no way. Especially we got RDJ Iron Man. Good night. That dude is way too smart. He will outthink Daniel Radcliffe, and he will make that wizard look like his freaking aunt that has no powers. Um, I agree with you completely that Iron Man would win this fight. Now,
Huh?
give Harry give Harry the dragon from the Goblet of Fire against Iron Man. Does that change your opinion at all or no?
What the fuck is a dragon gonna do to a nigga with a cannon?
I don't know. Maybe the dragon can withstand the heat. Shut up, Spencer. You're right.
Bruh, I watched Iron Man fucking take a tank out in the first Iron Man movie with the fucking one of the original Iron Man suits with a little tiny missile off the motherfucker's shoulder. Yeah, pink. And Iron Man turned around and the fucking tank blew up. The fuck is a dragon gonna do but die?
All right,
He
my
just
new
bring up more casualties.
all due disrespect goes to Hogan Hatton for suggesting this topic.
Now, look, if we here's a real deep cut for the fucking Harry Potter fans. Now, you have the Deathly Hallows, you had Mrs. Weasley fighting Bellatrix to fucking save Jenny. Now, you get Mrs. Weasley to save Jenny versus Iron Man. Now, you've got a little bit more of a motherfucking situation. The thing is, I don't know if Iron Man has anything that can block the killing curse, but Harry too pussy to pull the trigger on that.
Okay. You add that heat, that fire, that desire in there.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from. I
you know what
mean,
I mean?
there's no battle Harry will lose for Ginny. So
Harry, or no, I'm saying Jenny's mom.
it's just Ginny's mom. Harry isn't involved.
Right, yeah, no, Jenny's mom, Mrs. Weasley versus Iron Man. Now we gotta fight.
All right. I still think Harry should get involved to make that more fair. But uh I still think Iron Man probably unibeams the
Oh,
shit out of all of them.
okay. Voldemort versus Iron Man.
I mean, Harry beat Voldemort, didn't he?
Yeah, by the power of friendship, by the power of love from his mom. I'm talking I'm talking about like Voldemort who can fly, who can do shit without having his fucking wand, who can
Okay.
get to Kraken.
We had some Marvel Rivals shit. Yeah,
Iron
I think
Iron Man
Iron
shooting
Man
missiles
probably.
and shit, and then fucking Voldemort just fly away from it. Like, I don't
That's
know.
true.
I feel like we got to fight there.
That's true. All right. Let
This
us
has
know
been
in
the
the
Nerd
chat
Hour.
who's gonna
This
win,
has been the Nerd
Voldemort
Hour.
versus Iron Man. That's the new debate.
All right.
We got some funny posts for you guys. This is some rookie catching some veteran shit. That's all I'll say.
Not doing that, cuz. Go. Watch out. Either move or go. Damn, I'm tired. What's up?
That's a already type thing right there.
Damn right.
He
So,
said,
damn
"Damn
right.
right."
Bro, did you see that play where Abdul Carter got destroyed on a block? I
Oh,
forgot who
in a preseason game.
the preseason game. Yeah, he. I don't know which player it was, but the initial player who had like a chip block absolutely pancaked him. Abdul Carter's trying to get back up, and then the other guy who's on him pushes him back down.
He's like, "No." Yeah.
And then Abdul Carter was like, "Yeah, that's the only highlight they've gotten this whole preseason, but we're gonna see what happens." Like, bro, he's gonna want his revenge back after that one.
I do think they'll be one of the tougher D lines to handle as far as pass rushing goes. Will they be able to defend the run with all those skinny bodies? Like, not that freaking K Tibbs or Brian Burns are skinny, but I
Or
mean,
you're gonna have Brian Burns, you're gonna have Sexy Dexy, you're gonna have Thibodeau and Abdul Carter. That's gonna be a nasty defensive
that's
line.
going to be nasty. But how are they going to perform? How are they going to perform all four together?
Hey,
We
you
going to
know
see.
what? I guarantee you, everyone remember I said this. I guarantee you, the Giants beat the Cowboys at least once this season.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think they might even beat the Eagles once.
Yeah, we might see. Hey, you saw Russ throw that moon ball the other day? That boy was
Uh-huh.
beautiful.
They got a
That
freaking
was
quarterback
beautiful.
now. Nah, he's not the most talented, but like they actually have a quarterback.
Oh yeah. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to
Me
see
too.
what they are. I'm excited for Malik Neighbors. I got him in our dynasty league, bro. I'm gonna be getting busy.
If I didn't have so many wide receivers, I'd trade you for him.
Yeah, I might. I need some help though. I need Marvin Harrison Jr. to look good this season. I need that.
I can't believe how young you went on this dynasty, bro.
Yeah, both of them, Brock Bowers, Chase Brown, Lamar. Ooh. Hey,
He's
and
on
you
the
know what else I
outside
got?
looking in.
I got my number five, number five running back, Brees Hall. We just I need him to play like number five. I saw some scary things from Justin Fields in these preseason games too. We needs to get that right.
Yeah, I can't believe that coaching system going on there right now. I don't know what's going on with Aaron Glenn, but I was hoping on him having a slower burn but being a better coach than Ben Johnson. I don't know if we're looking at that at this point. He is coaching the
Hey,
Jets, so
bro, he's also a defensive guy.
yeah. Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
got for funny posts here, Spancy?
I told you I didn't have one.
You ain't got shit. That's the end of our episode then. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Late Entry. We'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop everything you can on this episode. Drop everything you can on this channel. We love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.